Alright, this is going to be a big one, so we're getting right into it. Over here on the Metal Empire, thank you, we nailed it. Greymon, above to Metal Greymon, there he is. Metal Greymon vaccine, as opposed to the usual Metal Greymon virus. And, speaking of things, this is completely non-related, I had no way to connect these two things together. I've tweaked the sound settings a teensy bit because last video there was a lot of moments when these guys were beeping and the sound was cutting out if I wasn't speaking whilst they were beeping. So now in theory, you can hear that. So the trade-off to this is that now my microphone's a little bit more sensitive, so there's a non-zero chance it picks up a car going past outside, and it will definitely pick up if I tap the desk, if I move on the desk whatsoever, because my elbows are currently resting on it, or if a cat, one of which is currently on my lap, decides to do just about anything. But other than that, it's good. So yeah, Metal Greymon. Let's see his attack. It's the Giga Destroyer. I think it might actually be called the Giga Destroyer in the dub as well. Because he shoots the sentient missiles. Sentient, I mean, they have eyes and teeth. That's what I love about the missiles and general weaponry in Digimon, is that even the little, the ammunition is kind of alive in a sense. Or at least has faces. Kind of like how Gardramon's missiles that he fires from his arms, they have little police hats and little whistles and tiny arms, and they blow the whistles as they fly. I love the little things like that. So yeah, Metal Greymon. And you know what? This time we're going to put him on the Virus Busters background. Because we had Greymon in the version 1, and Vaccine Greymon doesn't make much sense on the V1 background, but he is on the Virus Busters, and I just find it funny to have him on every background except the Metal Empire. As expected, Master Monster in the fridge. But there's other stuff to go over. So, for starters, on here, this is a quick update. Behind that dragon hat, we have Numemon. So let's quickly say hi to him. Yep, let's not think about where we got that. How are you doing actually, Numemon? You want a bit of food? That's a happy poop slug. Right, and your evolution should be okay, yeah. Okay enough. I did actually go ahead and take him through the other couple of arenas. I attempted that as, I think, Agumon, and ended up using a couple of the combat items, so these guys. So I actually lost money on that, because the grand prize for beating the first tournament is 100 points. A single one of these costs 100 points, and I used 3, so... And I can't quite show you the cool thing yet with the super giga powerful attacks, because as much as we're getting to that point, that's not full. I'm gonna have to wait for that to be full before I can show you that properly. And we just don't have time for this video, so... because again, there's a lot going on. So I've covered that. On here, the classic DM20, we have Dracomon twins. So yeah, Bancho Mamamon, I let him pass away because as part of the current ongoing hatch, it's, I think, basically it's carnivorous land animals or ferocious beasts like dragons, dinosaurs, wolves, foxes, anything that's carnivorous and is an animal. So dinosaurs and dragons kind of fall into that. Either way, I'm raising 2 Dracomons. One is from the Ground Dramon egg, and one is from the Wing Dramon egg. Oh, I think it's called the Break Dramon and the Slay Dramon egg, or whatever. Long story short, one's going down the Core Dramon blue path, one's going down the Core Dramon green path, and I'm absolutely, definitely going to be progressing them into Examon. I could do the thing where you let them take care mistakes and you 100 battles with them, and they'll actually end up evolving into Metal Garurumon and War Greymon, which is such a funny, weird little thing. Like, why did they do that? I'm not complaining because it's really cool, but like, you gotta question, during the development, they really said, right, so we've got the Examon line, right? They've got Dracomon, and they diverge into their like land and air lines, and then ultimately converge back into Examon. What if we just added Metal Garurumon and Wargreymon onto them so they could instead converge into Omegamon? But to achieve Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon, you have to do 100 battles. And get care mistakes. Like, it's definitely supposed to be a fun little Easter egg kind of a thing. It means that every DM20 can get Omegamon. Because usually the easier way to do that would be to raise the special egg on the version A and B. To raise specifically the Agumon and Gabumon lines. And then you'd have to connect them together for that. This being a version E, has neither of those eggs, it has the Mekumon egg. But enough of a side tangent about that. I just find it funny and like very interesting that they decided to just bolt Omegamon onto the end. Numemons just took a dump. Thanks, Numemon. So yeah, that's what we're doing with these guys. Could take them down the Omegamon path. Probably not going to, because if the theme of the hatch is carnivorous animals, as much as I like Omegamon, he's not really an animal, he's a knight. And as much as Examon is also a royal knight, he's also a dragon. And I'm pretty sure he's actually the king of dragons or something like that. Or like he leads all the dragons or commands the dragons in the digital world or something. Something to that effect. So he's very much, as much as royal knight, he's definitely a dragon. Dragons, I mean, every Digimon is carnivorous because they eat meat, but you don't get what I'm saying. I think he fits the hatch theme a lot better than Omegamon. It's also definitely not an excuse to get out of doing 100 fights. I've done it once before on that, and I want to do it again, but not now. So, the news doesn't end there. One, I'm just throwing this in this video, that I'll talk about it more properly when I start running these guys again. Because these aren't even on. They're not out of battery, I just turned them off to prevent draining the battery. And generally just degrading the battery even more. The thing about these is that I'm actually planning a roster change on them. Not much. It's very funny because it's like, you got the original roster, and I changed it drastically, then I changed it drastically again, and it ended up back very close to the original roster. So there's a few little changes, and things have been moved around a little bit. But that's not even a soon video. That's when I've done all the other things I want to do, I want to get back into these guys and talk about the roster changes properly. And I'll probably set up the videos differently as well for that, because as much as I love running these guys, it takes a long while to complete a run. And the videos also take a long while to make because of that, and then you got to draw the thumbnails, which means I'm probably not going to draw the thumbnails anymore because drawing is difficult and takes a long time. There was more than one occasion in which I had the video edited and like everything prepared, and I was just waiting on me to finish the drawing, and it took like an extra 2 days to put the video out because I was waiting on that, and I just wasn't satisfied with the drawing. But that's besides the point. Yeah, lots of things I kind of want to plan around with that. The real interesting part, and I'm going to have to go into the camera settings and change it so it doesn't get flickery. Let me do that real quick. The other surprise on here, if I go ahead and wake this guy up, this is not Tentomon, this is not Airdramon or even Megadramon. This is Plesiomon. This just happened. Again, the evolution line was like full, and I kind of just was going through the adventure mode with Megadramon, and then finished the fight, and then boom, evolution, Plesiomon. There you go, you can see the evolution path. So, as you can see there's a bit of a gap. That implies to me that super ultimates are a thing on this. Because like, with the spacing, it does imply there's another icon that can be there. I also like that the child level is like slightly further left to signify like this is the base form and these are the evolutions, the concurrent evolutions? It's probably not the right word. I'm gonna roll with it anyway. But yeah, it very much implies that Super Ultimate's a thing. But. I'm gonna take this guy to an adventure. I scrolled past it. Yep, we've got 2 fights. We've got this guy and then the boss. I think this works. Oh yeah, I've been fighting a couple Megadramons, and boy was I grateful I had a perfect level Digimon to go through this. Oh, screwed that one. This is not looking good for me. I screwed up a lot of those. Wow, I've not even looked at Plesiomon's stats yet actually, but all I can tell you is they have a lot of health and they've been winning lots of fights. But then again, we've not come up against anything that is ultimate level yet. I also realise, I'm sat here like, oh, the icon says, like, it implies there might be a super ultimate level. I'm pretty sure the instructions outright tell you that super ultimates are a thing. You can evolve past ultimate. Come on, autofocus, you got this. I believe in you. Fine, I'll just put you there. You're fine. Hey, even though we screwed up the charge up, Plesion won. Big me. And the level up. Level 2. I'll go through this real quick. Yeah, plenty of energy, don't you worry about that. Big stats, probably. I don't think many of Tentamon stats are in the double digits, so, you know, big stats. Big stats are good. Level 2. Oh, let's probably go up with the level as well. Maybe, oh, I'll tell you what it was. I want to bet it was the 150th victory. I wonder if that's what triggered the evolution. Maybe. Who knows? So with that being said, let's go ahead and scroll past adventure again and fight this boss. This is, I think, area 3, stage 1 or something like that. Is that Irismon? Ancient Irismon? Or is that Balmon? It might be Balmon. I guess I'll find out when I see his attack sprite. Kind of makes me think of Ancient Irismon, but it shouldn't be at this early stage. I think that's Balmon. I mean, he fires bullets, so it's in line with Balmon. He's done a singular damage so far. I'm sorry, Balmon, you're supposed to be a boss of this area, and I have a Plesiomon, so you're not winning. So the real question is, how much XP does this give us? How much XP does this give us? A full bar, let's go. That worked out really nicely. Can you imagine if it was like Cyber Sleuth and you could like fill up multiple XP bars in a row? Item get. It's that one. Yeah! So we're gonna leave that there. I'm pretty sure, while I'm on here. Yeah, we've got a couple more programs. We've got, that looks like Wargrey Monstromon Killers. Not the foggiest what that is. That's something. And he pooped. Good way to end the video there, Plesiomon. You know what, let's have a close look at that sprite. Look at him go. It's kind of an odd evolution path. It's funny that we started like Tentamon to Akakumon and we've ended up as Plesiomon anyway, despite diverging to Airdramon, Megadramon. I wonder if it followed the same logic like Megadramon can go to Plesiomon because Seedramon can go to Airdramon, at least in Digimon World. Probably doesn't, it's probably just a bit of an open evolution thing because Digimon is very open for evolution and that's one of the reasons I love it. In any case, I'm going to pop the Kiwami back there and I'm going to turn the camera back to 60 FPS. In any case, it's a good time to end the video because we're on the 16-minute mark, which I could probably edit it down to about 14-15 minutes. without cutting too much out, because it's just been a jam-packed video. There's not been much mumbling and like yapping on about stuff that I don't really want to talk about or put in the video, because it's all been fairly like direct and important. There's maybe one segment I might cut out, but probably not. See, now I'm yapping, so now it is a good time to put in the video because I've got nothing else to say. So yeah, from Plesiomon, from Dracomon and Dracomon, from Mastermon in the fridge, from Metal Greymon, and Numamon, and of course myself. Thank you very, very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one when this guy has evolved one more time. Ah, crap, still got to do the battles. I'll do that in a bit. Bye.